Hi, so this is my first video blog since I went on a hiatus over winter break, but I'm back at school and this is my first video blog, so I'm going to start over and just say this is number one. Okay, well, I mean, I had a good winter break. I don't really want to talk about it because I just kind of worked. I didn't really do anything that exciting, but I figured I would spend this video blog talking about something I did recently. I participated in World Hijab Day, which was an amazing experience. I'm so glad I was brave enough to actually do it. I just wanted to thank Shannon Green for inspiring me to do that. I think it's definitely made a huge impact on my life personally. I have some bullets just because I didn't want to. I did it Saturday, the 1st of February, which is also my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. But yeah, I did it Saturday, and basically World Hijab Day is it's just a day. The founder, I can't remember her name, but if you go to worldhijabday.com, she has a video. It's a very touching video, a very inspiring video. Another reason why I ended up doing it also. But yeah, World Hijab Day is basically a day where Muslim women and non-Muslim women are welcome to wear a hijab for 24 hours, just to get a feel of what it is to live a day in the life of a Muslim woman who does wear a hijab, and just to raise awareness as to why, what hijab is, why women wear the hijab, and just to really stand for some Muslim women who do get discriminated against for wearing a hijab every day. So yeah, that's just basically a little synopsis of what World Hijab Day is, and basically it's just they want to live a life of modesty, and one of the main arguments behind it is if women are allowed to not wear as much clothes as some other women, why is it wrong that women want to cover up their body and want to be respected in that way? So it's just raising awareness for the reasons why Muslim women do it. Obviously there are religious reasons as well. In the Quran, the Creator he'd say that he wanted women to dress modestly, so men wouldn't be, their first instinct wouldn't be to be attracted by their physical appearance, but rather their intellect, their character, and their soul kind of shines through when you're not distracted by that physical appearance. But that's just a little background of what the hijab is and why women wear it. And then I guess I'll just talk about, I mean, why did I wear it? Obviously I wanted to raise awareness, but another thing is I just wanted to kind of learn, and I guess the best way to learn is by experience, just to be able to take a different perspective in my day and just learn from it, and learn first-handedly what some women feel. And this can even be connected to maybe even African Americans back in the day, when some people are still discriminating against African Americans, but just to be different and to feel what it is like to discriminate. I mean, I never really experienced discrimination. I mean, obviously some people must discriminate against me, but it's not as blatant as what I felt when I did participate in this. So I wanted to just learn from it and get a different perspective on life. So first, I guess I'll talk about, I'll just go through my day. I just wanted to talk about the emotions I felt waking up in the morning and realizing that I had to go out into the world looking completely different. And I know it doesn't seem like it would be a hard thing to do. You're just wearing a garment around your head, but it was extremely difficult to step out the door. And it shouldn't be, and I know a lot of Muslim women feel that way when they do step out the door every day. And the raw emotion was definitely, I was excited because I wanted to know what it would feel like, and I guess I was naively excited. I knew people would look at me differently, look at me weird, but I didn't really know what it would feel like when it actually happened, and that's when the nervousness set in and the anxiety of actually going out and having people stare at me. I'm not the type of person who wants attention, so getting that kind of negative attention is something I didn't think I would be ready for, and I wasn't until it actually happened to me, and I reacted. There's certain ways that I reacted to it, which I didn't think I would react to, but I did, and I definitely learned from those reactions. But yeah, I went into the dining hall, and obviously I was the only one wearing it in the dining hall, which kind of made me stand out even more. And usually people, the type of people that do wear it are of a different ethnicity. It's not usually a Caucasian girl wearing it, so it kind of made me stand out even more. But yeah, I walked into the dining hall, and I did get a lot of weird looks that I was expecting, but I kind of was taken aback by. I mean, it's natural. If you see a red ball in a sea of white balls, you'll be attracted to that different colored ping pong ball or something. So I did expect it, but I didn't understand how much it would have an impact on me, and how much a lot of people, especially Muslim women, how they feel when they do step into a room with wearing the hijab. And I kind of was taken aback, but through the course of the day I did get used to it, and I kind of just became immune to the weird looks. But yeah, so I walked into the dining hall, and again, people were looking at me, and actually I went to get my omelet like I always do, and then the woman was talking to me, and she kind of talked to me in a different way. It was kind of it seemed like she had more respect for me, and she talked to me in a different way than she had on the other days. And it was just, I can't really explain it, but it was just different. I felt different the way she was talking to me. It seemed like she was just she had more respect for me, and she made sure, like, I knew that she had more respect for me. But yeah, then there's this one guy who he was a worker at the dining hall, and he kept like walking past me almost like he wanted to talk to me, but he didn't know if he should, and I recognized that, and he just kept walking past me. I'm like, oh, you can just come up and talk to me, it's fine. But yeah, he eventually got to come up and talk to me, and he asked me what I was doing, and I told him basically my introduction to this video, and that I wasn't actually a Muslim, that I was actually a Catholic. And he asked me what country I was from, and I was like, I'm from America, I go to Adelphi. And then I wasn't a Muslim, and then I was just doing it to raise awareness for the discrimination that some women face, and just the reasons for why they wear it, and common misconceptions that they're being oppressed by men because they're wearing it, when actually it is their choice to wear the hijab. And he just looked at me, and he told me what I was doing was a beautiful thing, and that many people do have misconceptions about the religion of Islam, and knowledge is power, and it's great that I'm actually raising awareness and spreading the knowledge. So that was my first encounter, besides the weird looks, of the experience, and it was a feeling I'll never forget. I'll explain more on that later. The realization I came to when I experienced that. But then there was a kind of bad experience. But this kid kind of passed me, and he kind of said it indirectly to me, that what I was doing was sacrilegious. He said it loud enough so I could hear. He was talking to his friend, and I kind of, at that point, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really have a full grasp of what sacrilegious meant. But I kind of felt it was a bad connotation, because he kept staring at me and like kind of giving me weird looks while I was in the dining hall. So I didn't really understand what he meant by sacrilegious. And at that point, I realized that I started to doubt what I was doing, that since I seemed to have offended this one kid, that automatically my beliefs and my reasons for doing this were wrong, and that I felt kind of embarrassed that I was doing it. And that's one of the first lessons I realized, that I let people affect what I think so much, and that's the same for a lot of people. And I think that wearing the hijab was definitely representative of my beliefs, and of how I let other people mold those beliefs just by what they think. And I want to thank that kid for saying that, because I mean, I could see where he was coming from. He didn't really understand what I was doing. He wasn't like the guy that worked the dining hall came up to me and asked me what I was doing. He kind of just like said it without understanding and realizing what I was doing. But I just kind of learned that some people make these assumptions. They don't try to understand what's going on in the situation. And I'm guilty of that all the time. And I realized, like, you shouldn't be making these assumptions. The problem with this world is that we fail to try to understand each other. And like the main slogan of this is, when you understand someone, that's the first step to making a peaceful relationship with someone. So that definitely taught me a lot about myself, because he was kind of reflective. He was kind of reflective of myself, like a reflection of who I am, and just being on the other side of things really helped me learn and kind of change myself for the better. So thank you to that kid. But yeah, I kept getting weird looks, obviously, throughout the day, and then I finished eating breakfast and I went back to my room, and then I went to the library because I wanted to do work on the weekend. I know, great, but I went to the library, and I kind of that was when I looked up what in the library what sacrilegious meant, and it's basically saying you're doing something to disrespect the religion, using something like an object or something that's representative of the religion in a disrespectful way. And I guess he thought that maybe I was wearing the hijab as to maybe get attention, when in fact I wasn't doing it for the intention. I was doing it to raise awareness for other people. So maybe he thought I was just being, I was just kind of doing it to maybe like set a fashion trend, or using this object in this religion to kind of make myself stand out. And I was doing that complete opposite. So I kind of just gained his perspective, and I kind of got over it. I got over it. And I realized that what I was doing, that I was doubting my own beliefs, was something that I need to stop doing, definitely need to stop doing in my life. So everything that's negative kind of counteracted itself with the positives that I got out of this. Yeah, what else did I do? So then I went to the library, and I kind of had a meltdown in the library. Not like a complete meltdown, but I felt like I didn't want to get up from my cubicle that I was in. I didn't want to go back out there and have people stare at me. I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I felt like I was getting pulled in two different directions. Like I didn't know what to do. I was stuck. And I realized that this is what people feel. Like they don't feel comfortable being themselves when they should be comfortable being themselves at all times. And it's something I can't explain, but it's just a feeling of like vulnerability and defeatedness. Like you have no choice. You have to get up and you have to go back to your room from the library. But I just didn't want to get up. And like it was at that point, it was like the turning point where I realized I have to get up. Like I can't just sit here and feel vulnerable and accept that I'm the way I am. Like I have not accept that I am the way I am. I had to accept what I was doing, and I had to get up and go back to my dorm. And it was at that point that I got up and I walked back, and I was kind of proud of myself for realizing this, that people go through this every day, and they have to feel this every single day. And it just gave me insight into, I don't know, I got really emotional just because I felt so helpless, and no one should ever feel that helpless. And I learned a lot about discrimination and just the way it can like psychologically affect you and emotionally affect you, and people should never have to go through that. So that was the turning point in the day. But I went back to my room, and I met one of my neighbors. She said hi to both of us, but she was kind of confused. She like gave a weird like I'm kind of confused, why are you wearing that? And she kind of just like walked away, which is understandable. A lot of people did that. Even people I knew didn't like really, when they saw me, they didn't ask me what I was doing. They kind of just like accepted it, which I appreciated, because that's how it should be. Like they shouldn't think of you or act towards you any differently because I was wearing the hijab. But she kind of looked at me weird. So then I ran into her in the stairway, and I didn't know if I was offending her or not. So I told her, I was like, I'm just doing this, and I explained to her what I was doing, and I hope I wasn't offending her. And she told me, she thought I had recently got married to a Muslim man, and that was the number one misconception that a lot of women face, and even my friend Shannon faces that, and that Muslim woman, even if I'm Caucasian, I have the right and the ability to convert religions, to convert to another religion without having to be obligated, without having to feel obligated by my relationship with another man. They have the freedom to do that. They have the choice. And a lot of people misconstrue that, and they think that Muslim women, the only reason why they convert religions, and I guess that does happen in some relationships, but it's kind of like it's kind of like something that's not true, but like just because other people do that in relationships doesn't mean that everyone does that. It's kind of like a rule, like a ridiculous rule, just because of those few people who break that rule. But yeah, I didn't take offense to it. I just thought it was great to see that firsthand, the misconception that a lot of people have about Muslim women and their beliefs and why they do what they do, why they wear the hijab. So that was cool to see that first-handedly. I know this is really long, sorry, but it was such a great day. Yeah, so then I saw her, I went back to my room, and then I went to the and then I went to Stop and Shop, and at this point I kind of accepted that people were going to be staring at me weirdly, and I wasn't really out in public place with older adults who are usually less open-minded, but at that point I kind of just went through my day. I just went through my day not caring about what other people thought of me, and it was just a normal day, and like I almost forgot that I was wearing the hijab at one point. Yeah, it wasn't, I didn't really encounter any negative or positive kind of reactions at Stop and Shop, but it was just me kind of overcoming the fear of what other people thought. So that was Stop and Shop, and then we came back, and I just did work in my room, and we went to the dining hall again to get dinner, and I did get some negative laugh. Like one girl actually like smirked when she saw me, and I don't know, she was kind of like whispering to her friend, and it's just another but again, at this point I was just like, a lot of people just have to accept that's who they are, and I had to accept that that's who I was at that moment, that people were judging me and having these misconceptions, but I wasn't angry towards them. I just realized that they were ignorant of what was going on, and I shouldn't let their ignorance affect my decisions. So yeah, that was, and then I went back to the room, I took it off, and I felt like I just had learned so much from wearing the hijab for one day. I didn't want to take it off, but and I'm kind of upset at myself, the fact that a lot of people, I mean, it is a religious, it is connected to religion, but a lot of non-Muslim women do wear the hijab for the reason of wanting to live a life of modesty, and just to have that respect from other people. And I'm kind of upset at myself that I still, like, I don't wear it now because of these misconceptions that people would have of me. And I am upset about myself for not continuing to wear it, even though I felt so comfortable wearing it, and like I miss wearing it. But one day I'm going to try to wear it again on a day that technically isn't World Hijab Day, but maybe just do it again to just experience new experiences some more. But basically the day was a really good day, and I really learned a lot, and I did learn a lot from it. And that first experience that I had with the man who called what I was doing beautiful really impacted me the most. I just wanted to make I just wanted to I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's a difference between someone calling you beautiful and the difference between the compliment of someone calling you beautiful and what you're doing beautiful. It's almost like you can like primp and pamper yourself as much as you want to make yourself look as beautiful as you want, and someone can call you beautiful, but that only lasts until you look in the mirror and you see a flaw, you see a pimple on your face, and you're not beautiful anymore. But when that person told me that what I was doing was beautiful, it completely changed. It was a completely different feeling than when someone called me beautiful from my appearance. It's almost like they're calling not you beautiful, they're calling your soul beautiful, and it's such a more fulfilling compliment. And it's something that will stick with me for like the rest of my life. The fact that someone called who I am beautiful, as to opposed, you look beautiful today, you look stunning, you look sexy, you look hot. It's a completely different feeling, and it just helped me realize that a lot of the time we just spend our life focusing, and things. Khalid for mentioning this story to me. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll hopefully remember it. And we spend so much time on the relationship with ourselves and our body. I mean, it is important to have a healthy body and to keep your body in shape and everything, but sometimes we overdo it, and we feel like our outer body is what defines us. And a lot of the times we spend so much time focusing on that we forget to focus on the beauty of our soul. And I know this sounds really cliche, but it's, a lot of people believe that when we die our soul lives on, and I even believe that, and I don't understand why I would be spending so much time on what I look like when I should be spending time on what is going to be left when I'm gone. When my physical body is gone, what's going to be left is what should be the most beautiful. And doing that on Saturday was the most beautiful thing I've ever done in my life. And I want to keep doing those types of things. And I realized that I shouldn't. I have to set my priorities straight. I have to focus on my inner beauty and the beauty of my soul and my actions. So that's the biggest thing I learned from all of this, and just accept people who are different. Like, obviously that's like, yes, accept that, but don't. It's so, because when you experience being different, it's completely different than saying stop judging other people. But yeah, don't be afraid to be different. Don't settle for being ignorant. I do that constantly. Like, I don't know the answer to something, and I fail to go figure out what it is. Like, some things I even fear knowing. So don't like fear to understand something, because understanding something is the first step to peace and kind of being fearless. When you understand something, you're not as fearful of it. So don't settle for being ignorant. Embrace just learning new things, experiencing things. The best way to learn something is to experience it. So go out there and just experience everything. You can do this on any day if you want to, or you can do it next World Hijab Day on worldhijabday.com. But it was an amazing experience that I had. It wasn't an easy experience. It's one of the hardest things I've done in my life, but it was the most worth it. So just, I have a quote. I guess I'll just end with a quote, but Plato said it. He said, "Knowledge is the food to the soul." So just always want to learn more. Always be curious to know what you don't understand, and you'll learn. Your soul will grow because of your desire to learn these things. So just keep an open mind and experience life to the fullest. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, if you ever want to try this, please try it. And that's basically my day and my experiences with World Hijab Day. Again, thank you, Shannon, so much for introducing me to this. And yep. So I hope you have a good rest of the day. Sorry, this was a long one, but I just wanted to talk about it so badly. But yeah, have a good day, and remember, dare to know, because knowledge is power.